Back to GT4, now not sounding like I took the biggest stab of Xanax of all time because I'm recording during the day. Anyway, I'm gonna blow through most of the events because they're too easy. I took the roof to the NH challenge and won all pretty easily because it's, again. And I got for that another Mitsubishi Lancer Evo. Next to Premium Sports Lounge, I took the GT220. And again, pretty easy stuff. I got a Clio, which was actually pretty interesting. I go for the City Slickers next and pick up for that PVGT. It's actually a pretty fun car to drive. It's a bit light, it's a bit bouncy, but yeah, it's pretty fun. This first race, even though I got tailed the whole lap, it was actually pretty easy. Again, this car's pretty fun actually. Yeah, all the rest of the races are pretty easy too. And I got for it an SUV sport crossover. How cool. It's a Lexus at least, I guess. Then I tried for the classic car championship. First I tried the Mercury, but it drives like shit. So I think I go for the tuning car Grand Prix. Look at the screen really carefully. Look at everything on the screen. Anyway, I put a stage 3 turbo because last time this car was not enough. And buy sports tires. Again, sports tires. 88-point race, seems doable. But as soon as any corner comes up, I can't keep up. At all. Like, I just dread for going through these corners, and the AI just seems to blow by them. I'm 4 seconds behind in the middle of the first lap. So I give up. And try again. Again, 4 seconds in the middle of the first lap. Why? I have no idea at this point. I try to qualify. But again, not enough. Then I go back to World Classics Championship. Picked up the Mazda 110S. I upgraded a little too much. A little way too much. And surprise, surprise, it's pretty easy stuff. And guess for it, you guessed it, another Lancer Evolution. It's like the 4th already. Then I go to the Club Band League and look and find that my Lancer Delta actually qualifies, right? Wrong. It should be under 296, not at 296. So I can go for this event right now. Anyway, back to the tuning car Grand Prix. Look at the screen really carefully. Again. I try for the Nismo because maybe the all-wheel drive is hampering my performance. I tuned it a little bit with a stage 2 turbo and see a 168-point race and immediately quit. I started looking up for setups to get my car to handle better. Find nothing. Again, look at the screen really carefully. Try to qualify again. Somehow get a lead. But it doesn't last. Try again. Drive my ass off and somehow get a 5/10 lead. but it doesn't last again. Try again. Again, can't do it. So I gave up for a while. I was streamed by a Beetle Cup car due to the Clubbing League. And these champs have nothing on this car, so it was all pretty easy too. Pretty easy stuff. And get for it. Another 1300. Again, look at the screen. Read everything. Try again. Can't do it. And rage quit. Try again. Can't do it. Try again. Can't do it. With the rough this time, I updated the game to use production cars. So I try again, this time in a race. Getting fourth really cleanly. And I actually seemed to keep up for a while. Driving really well, but anytime a corner curves up, I just can't do it. Spin around in 6th and give up. So I go for the rough again and blow 80,000 credits on an 820. Read the description thoroughly again. A 27-point race this time. It should be pretty easy. For the love of Christ. It isn't. It isn't at all. I give up. Try again. 16 points this time. Why can't I do it? Again. Getting third this time. But again, 6 seconds behind, and I spin. Can't do it. 53 points this time, which is actually pretty high with the minis. But again, finishing 6th. 26 seconds off the leader. I tried to go for Fuji. And even though I'm third, I'm 7 seconds off the lead. And can't turn at speed. So I give up. I spent some time later trying different cars and looking at stuff. And then I realized something.
I'm such a fucking dullard. I can't believe it. I spent like 150,000 credits. I max tuned like 3 cars. And I didn't fucking read the description of the event just to realize that I could use race tires. That is why I was lapping 3 seconds behind. These 150,000 credits will be sorely missed. For fuck's sake.
Anyway, now with a car with actual tires to compete, 10 points seems pretty easy. And it is. I can actually turn now. I'm actually getting speed on the corners this time. But I still fucking suck. I try to catch up. But I clearly couldn't. So I try again. 8 points this time. It is for the most part an 8-point race. Everything seemed hunky-dory till I actually complete the professional league. And it was until this. I blow one corner, get desperate to come back, get a love tap, and lose the lead. I get the lead back in first turn. I get a pretty good lead. Get a pretty good advantage in the middle of the last lap. And then I did this. Just blow one corner and then blow the other. And this happens. Money shift on the last fucking corner to lose the lead. And finishing second. But okay, it's fine. I got Fuji next. And it was pretty easy. I decided to give them some fighting chance and take off the turbo. And I realized my car does not want to shift down. Two seconds is doable. But my car doesn't want to shift down, so I lose a lot of time. End up in third. At this point, it's a three-way tie for the lead. In El Capitan, I still have a really good fighting chance. Do a bump draft, or I could say ram, into the S2000 and get the lead. But again, my car does not want to shift down. To a point that I actually just stopped and tried to look what the fuck was happening to my controller. Anyway, the L1 just stopped working after that. So rest in peace my 8-bit DO 2C. And rest in peace also to the money shifting counter. It won't happen anymore. Anyway, I got my fucked up Logitech controller this time. I actually can shift this time. By the end of the third lap, everything looks pretty good. Then I fuck up one corner, lose the lead to the S2000. And can keep up. The update that I applied also really nothing for the tires. You get worn down pretty quickly. Anyway, I'm 4 points behind, so I think, okay, if I win, I still get the championship, right? I will be tied for first. Surely the game will do it. I should have probably just qualified in first, but I mean, you only live once, so it's more fun to just try to get on sixth first. Anyway, get past sixth with this lovely bump draft. Then get past fourth. And on this corner, I really gain on them a lot. Quickly past third, but get on the gravel. So back to fourth it is. But no problem, I keep up really well too. My car is still fastest of the bunch, even though I don't use the turbine upgrade. Get back to third. And on the next lap, I'm catching up to the Fleca in second. I dive on the inside to get second, but he gets the switchback. Give him a bump draft or a loft tap or whatever you want to call it. And fight pretty tooth and nail for the position. But on the next corner, the AI really drives slow, so I could easily get second and hand down for the leader until I do this, of course. But still, I have the speed advantage. In the next lap, 2 seconds behind, it's pretty doable. I gained a lot in the first turn. And on the second turn. And at this point I'm 4 tenths behind. Again, gain a lot on the next turn. I fuck up the last turn. But again, have the advantage of the neck in the first turn. And on the second. Do a pretty rude passing, but still, get the lead. And win the race. So yeah, surely I won the championship. I got in first. I have the same number of points as the other one, so I'm pretty sure the game actually will give me that. No, fuck you, you're gonna do all that again. You didn't win. So I go for it again. A 27-point race this time. Mostly thanks to one car. Or two, I guess. The Honda S2000 and the Buick Special. But I still have the advantage in the corners. So pretty much this track like I got here is gonna be pretty easy. But it's not. Buick Special passes me. And it gives me a little shove and I just fuck up all the corners. Get another tap. And get passed by the S2000. So the first race is gonna end up being a third, almost a fourth if you look at the map. So I say fuck you and get the stage 3 turbo back. And on Fuji get an 8-point race. But don't be fooled, even though this was easy, I still wasn't off the hook from the Buick Special. Next race at R246. The Special is really quick and somehow keeps up on the corners. I really don't know how, this is a boxy S car from the 60s. But I still tailed the two of them. And keep up pretty nice. And still get the advantage on the corners, so I catch up for them. Again, the really rude overtake. And get bump drafted. It's not the cleanest stuff. And unfortunately the Buick Special has a straight line speed advantage, so I get in second. But I have the way better braking, so I get in first pretty quickly too. But it passes by me on the third straight. And the all-wheel drive of this car really shows on these long corners. It's actually pretty tooth and nail from the moment out. Pass him on the last corner. but it's clearly not enough. He has a straight line speed advantage over me. And even though I tried to block pretty hard, I ended up in second, 1/10 behind. So El Capitan is next. Even though I still try to catch up, I knew it was not enough. So as soon as I fucked up the next corner, I gave up. So I tried again. This time I saw the competition and thought, I don't need the stage 3 turbo. 38 points is pretty easy still, right? And it was pretty easy. Until I did this. And couldn't catch up. Especially after this. So third place was 7 seconds off the leader. Fuji still was pretty easy though. Dockyard 246 is next. And it was pretty easy still, even though the cars were in my back by the end. So El Capitan was next. I got a tap and just started spinning, but the other cars also hit me, so I get a bump drafted back to speed. And the two in front start fighting, so I actually get a chance to catch up. With the fairly Z in front, I actually get pretty good help because he held up the competition. So I was opening up a pretty good lead. Four seconds by the end of the first lap. And 5 seconds by the end of the third. And I really needed that lead because I did this. This track really seems to cook the left front tire. Anyway, I keep the lead, even though I'm losing it pretty quickly. The front left tire is just screaming of pain. And on the last turn, I just can't turn right and lose the lead to the S2000. So I'm 2 points behind, so I just need to win to get the championship. So Kuba is next. Again, I should have qualified, but you know, it's more fun this way. Actually, I got close to the lead pretty quickly. The cars just don't brake right on this turn. So I get in second by the end of the first lap. By the end of the second lap, I get the lead. And keep the lead to the end. So yeah, the professional events are done, right? Finally. And for the prize car, I actually got something good. A Peugeot 905 race car, perfect for the GT World Championship. Fun fact, because I updated the game, the RNG seats had changed. I almost certainly wouldn't have gotten this car. So anyway, with the update also came the Concept Car Club. And I have my unique clicks for doing it. Let me tell you, 20 points is not indicative of this race. This car is an understeery piece of shit with a loose end. Just a wonderful combination of characteristics. You just can't turn, and then you turn too much. The straight line speed was good though. So even though I drove like shit, I still can end up in first. Have a decent lead to end the race. And then the rear end came loose. And desperate to regain control, I just can't. So I try again. And this time, have the Honda NSX and the yellow Mazda to get preoccupied. Get squeezed pretty hard, but cannot break the NSX until the rear came loose. I actually had the straight line speed advantage, at least for the initial acceleration. Because the NSX has the top speed, I had to block and win by 1800ths of a second. Outer Ring was next, and holy shit, this car is an understeery piece of shit with a loose rear end. Again, this fucking piece of shit just can't turn, or turns too much. So I decided to buy a wing on GT Auto. Doesn't this car look better with a wing? It just looks really goofy without it. Anyway, put 30-30 of downforce. And it actually helped a bit. Even though the car was still a bit understeery and still a bit loose, it definitely could keep up its own. And I easily passed the Suzuki, the Toyota, and the Mazda. And actually went pretty easily on Outer Ring. Laguna Seca was next, and it also was pretty easy. Even though I couldn't keep up on the straights, on the corners the Acura did not match my better driving. I passed it on the second lap, and by the third lap I have a good lead to get a pretty easy win. Motegi was next, and after passing the heavy SUV on the big straight on the first lap, I get a pretty easy win. Deep Forest is next, and looked to be pretty easy. The field spread was pretty narrow, so I could actually get it first on the first lap. A Land Rover was leading, so the back, especially the NSX, was held back. The loose rear end still showed though. And by the second lap, developed a pretty good lead. Loose rear end shows again. And I need to catch up on the last lap. On the heavy braking zones, I have the advantage over the AI. So I passed them. And even though it looks like it's gonna tail me to the end, by the end I had a pretty good lead. And finished the Concept Car Club and the Professional Series. I get a Chevrolet race car, which is cool but probably useless on the main career at least. And I get another Skyline. So yeah, this is the professional events done. I looked to see if there's anything interesting in these used cars, but there's not. Next time we do these extreme events.